My man came in with the plastic cup. Let you know straight up.
And I've seen this with Brian multiple times. He competes, but it looks like he's a shell of himself.
You two got in there.
You stole some of the rounds at the very f***ing end. This is the shit that I do. You caught me with my own f***ing medicine.
I had to remind myself, it was like, yeah, he's an Olympic medalist, but he won that medal in like 1999.
You Aljo.
I don't want to be that guy who loses 7 fights in a row.
What are you trying to say?
Because you guys can relate.
Can we?
We would never fight each other. They came to us at like 5, 10 million. It's worth a conversation. They thought O'Malley was gonna sell 1 million pay-per-views. If I was on point the way I was with any other fight, that guy was getting squished. I'm not salty about it. But if you wanna come up to 145,
Hey! You wanna come up to 145? Aljamain Sterling.
A Shadow Line production. Wow. Wow. He's blushing.
I feel special.
it?
I feel special.
Yeah.
Damn.
He knows he's gonna do it like
Right in my
that,
soul.
huh?
Right in my soul.
What's up, man?
Got
How
him
you
in the
doing?
tip.
Chilling, man. Chilling. Living the dream. Chasing the American dream. Now selling some beautiful rum, Jamaican rum from the islands.
Oh,
and of course
straight into it, huh?
Yeah, and of course
this
some
is
cigars.
You talk
Speaking about that,
You talk
you know?
about.
We doing
as Jamaican
Come on, well,
as
let
we
us.
can get. My man came in with the half-drunk bottles already. Huh? I just want to make sure y'all see the half-drunk bottles. Usually when you gonna come in to promote the joint, you got the full bottle, you got the lights glowing on it and
Motherfucker, he
everything.
paid.
My man was hitting the bottle in the car. before he
Motherfucker
came
may
up.
be an addict, dude.
Hey, I gotta go around doing samples all around the city, so I can't just be popping new bottles left and right. This costs money.
Hey,
right now.
and what's
let me try this
what's
one
more
here.
lit than with the plastic cup too?
No, you gonna try this one first. You gonna try this one first.
Jeez.
I give you a
My
little bit
man
of this
came
one,
in
and then
with
we'll give you the age.
Hey, at least
Try that first.
You know what? I'm digging it. I'm digging it. I can't say anything about it because at least I would say, yeah, for the distinguished taste flavor, you know, I would have glasses, you know, nice glasses done. Nah, my man came in with the plastic cup. Let you know straight up.
Yeah, I got roasted for this online.
It's going down at the house parties. Yeah,
It's branded. It's a branded cup.
Nah, I feel you. I feel
It's a
you.
nice ass cup though.
Well,
Funk Harbor.
Salute. Cheers.
My guy. So
This one, I know you don't drink, but you know,
yeah.
I mean, if you want to take a little baby sip, just so the people know that I ain't selling
hey,
no bullshit.
I'm feeling. No, you go ahead and send me some to the house. You know, I like having the bottles at the house.
you see how
know,
he dodged? You
looking
see how he
nice.
dodged that? You see how he dodged that?
No, I'm just saying. Go ahead and send.
Well, Aljamain, tell me
Of
more.
course. No, I love supporting. So go ahead and send me some to the house. You know, I like having display them up. You know, now I'm starting to collect a little bit because you know, a few fighters have gone into the liquor space. I mean, you've got obviously Connor, you've got DP, Dustin Poirier,
Rare Stash.
with Rare Stash, which is a beautiful bottle, by the way.
Oh, no
You
way.
know,
Dustin Poirier, too.
Yeah. We've got Mike Perry now, you know, with the platinum tequila.
I actually had some in Miami for the
feel me?
Miami fights. It
How
was
was
actually
it?
it was actually pretty good.
It's good. Yeah,
It was actually
so
pretty good.
A lot of fighters doing their thing, which I really love,
that's good
support,
shit,
and
Kush,
appreciate.
honestly.
Yeah, obviously, you know, former bantamweight champion, and now you've switched divisions. You left the bantamweight to where now you're a featherweight, and you're sitting right there. You know, still at the top. You came in hot, and you know, suffered a little minor setback. But you're still chasing that goal. Talk about and hey, Brian Ortega.
When I first moved up to 45, I wanted to fight him because he had the highest ranking and he was the most notable name in the entire division, in my opinion, outside of the champion. So it just made sense, but they gave me Calvin Kattar, got my feet wet, which was good, and I was kind of like, okay, I can make this work at this weight class, and then suffered a little setback with Mosa, but it wasn't even... I don't know. That fight still kind of rubs me the wrong way because I don't really feel it. Like, it's one thing if you lose and it's like, all right, man, he definitely beat me. But I don't feel like I lost, you know? So it's just one of those. But it lets me know I'm right there still. So if I could beat Brian, get past him, inshallah, then I think good things are coming my way. And I think the title picture is still there. Still be a 2-divisional champion. I'm trying to be like this guy over here, man. Yeah. I'm trying to be double backpack.
No, that's what's up, man. Well, just to get back a little bit, like the Eloy fight, man, I mean, both me and Kamaru agreed, man. Like, we felt like you did kind of... I can see where the judges probably gave it to Eloy at the very end because he ended up top. But a lot of the control that you had, I felt like that was the difference. If he can go back and make adjustments in that fight, because I really didn't think you were going to out-grapple him. Because I was like, all right, man, Eloy's been doing this shit to everybody. Aljo's going up. He's a smaller guy. But now, bro, I was like, all right, man, he's fit for 145 pounds. So how is it that you would maybe possibly fight him or make those adjustments a little bit different?
Well, the game plan going in was to strike more, and then somehow just the instinctual habits that you just have ingrained in you. Some of the openings where we were striking, I'm like, it just felt so easy to get in and just take him down. He didn't get a single wrestling transitional takedown. All his takedowns were one takedown from a caught kick in the second round. Everything else was all my takedowns and reversals that he was able to get in rounds 1 and 3. But other than that, I think if I were to make any adjustments would be to just cut him loose instead of trying to do what I do to everybody else where I'm grappling. I typically get control, and even in the scrambles. That one position that he won in the end of the third round with the 90 seconds left.
Yeah.
Normally, I hit that position when guys try to come up from the bottom position, and I slide right into full mount. But then he was the only person, I've never seen it happen to me before, so my intuition is just going for the kill. And then that's what I did, and he was able to come up with the underhook and put me down on my back and was able to ride out the last 90 seconds. But then I kind of go back and forth on this, right? So then if I stayed in that position and just tied up his arms, then the last 90 seconds is kind of a boring ending of the fight and nothing actually happens. And it's just like, well, do I win the fight if I just stayed in that position on my back versus me actually trying to get up and make something happen? So I'm conflicted in how the judges score the fight and what they're actually looking at, because sometimes us as fighters, we have no idea what they're actually thinking in their heads. We could be thinking one way, but they're thinking completely different. It's just like, well, as fighters, I think we know better what's actually doing more damage or more effective in a fist fight. That's my opinion, but
Right. I mean, I think, my assessment of that, I think you guys, both of you weren't as prepared. Well, you guys obviously by the time you step in there were prepared, but I think both of you didn't know what to expect from either one of you guys. Because like you said earlier, in those exchanges, you initiated most of them. And in early on in the fight, you were winning majority of all of those. And I think it got to the point where it's like, that's what this dude does too. And so as the fight got later and later in the fight, especially once he got that reversal in that third, it was almost like it felt like you felt a little, man, I usually do this to people and I usually get on top of people and I just kind of control them and do whatever I want there. And you, most cases, get the finish on guys, get them in a compromising position and you finish them there. But with a guy like him, who I think he was also shocked that, damn, no one's shooting on me like this and taking me down and actually, wrestling with me here. I think you guys were kind of like neutralizing both of each other. I would have liked to see 5 rounds because, as we all know, 5 rounds separates the man from the boys.
that'd have been lit.
After 3 rounds, and that's when we start huffing and puffing, and then we see who really can break through and get those championship rounds. But nonetheless, I mean, it was a competitive fight. And, obviously, newcomer into the featherweight division in Aaron Pico. I know there was a lot of talk, a lot of rumor that was going to be the guy. I mean, talk a little bit about what happened there. How come that didn't materialize?
That fight was never offered to me.
Really?
Never offered to me, not to my knowledge. So I don't know if people are thinking that. I know he called me out, not like disrespectfully. Like, you're chasing gold. You want a big name. So I understand it. But there was never an official offer from my management or Hunter, Dana. Nobody ever slid that name across the desk. Now, if it was, I would have said no because it makes no sense for me in my position and what I've done and what he's done. I mean, people could call it arrogance or whatever they want, but you just got to the party. You just got to the show, and you've taken losses in a lesser show. You know what I mean? So we got to just call it what it is. And for me to take that risk, I respect the hell out of Mozart for taking that fight. If that fight's actually happening, I think it's supposed to happen in Abu Dhabi. Respect to him for taking that fight because it's a dangerous fight. I know how good he is, even though he might have taken some losses, but I still know he's a very dangerous opponent, dangerous threat, skilled in a lot of different areas, wrestling, anti-wrestling, good hands, really, really jacked. But that's another conversation.
Whoa, hold on.
But it was a fight that didn't make any sense for me if they even offered it. My manager did say Aaron Pico's coming over. I'm like, yeah, I have no interest in that fight. Straight up just like that. It's like, I have no desire to take that fight. I'm like, what does that do for me? I'd rather fight Pitbull. And I was supposed to fight Pitbull, but they wanted it on short notice. And I was like, dude, I literally asked for a fight since January. You can't wait till February where I'm in Miami partying, selling this beautiful, delicious Jamaican rum, and then try to get me to take a short notice fight with a former 2-divisional champion. Like, that's just crazy work. So I asked for April. It didn't happen. They gave it to Yair. And I would have loved to have that fight, but on a full, proper camp. You know, at this point in my career, is taking a short notice fight when you're not actually training doesn't make any sense for me. If I'm one of these young bucks coming up, I'm 35, man, to just jump in there with these savages, nah, bro. I mean, you took a fight, right? Short notice. What's the difference between a full camp look like from that on short notice? You know what I mean? So us as athletes, we understand that. Volkanovski, same thing with Islam. When I said this publicly, I was getting backlash. Oh, don't compare yourself to the likes of Volk. You can't hold a light to his candle or some shit like that. And I'm like, I'm a fighter, professional fighter. I've been doing this for years at this point. And I'm telling you, there's a unique difference between Volkanovski, one, when he's in a full camp for this guy, versus him coming off the couch and saying, I'm just going to jump in there. It's just different, man. So with that said, no to Aaron Pico. Let him go out there. If he beats Mosar, okay, then it's worth the conversation because now he's got the number that I want. You know, so then it makes sense. But for right now, I think this is a perfect matchup in terms of two guys who's done a lot in this sport between Brian Ortega and I. And if Aaron Pico's in the cards in the future, then he's in the cards in the future.
Right. So, I mean, just give us a little roadmap here of what this looks like. Since the champion, the former champion, vacated the belt and Volk slid in there and now got that belt back. So tell me what that title picture looks like for you, that roadmap for you to get to that title.
I think it definitely depends on how some of these other matches shake out, right? But I think in a perfect world, if I go out there and I can style on Brian Ortega and look good, you know, obviously Diego Lopez had a crazy performance against him. I think he got and I hate doing this because it's a fight, right? But there's different days where you're kind of up for the fight and you're not up for the fight, and that's the mental aspect of it, right? The physical could be done, but the mental side of it, you have to be dialed in and wanting to be in there. And I've seen this with Brian multiple times where he competes, but it looks like he's a shell of himself, not really trying to, like he's just going through the motions versus he has that fire. When he came back, I forgot which loss it was, and he fought Korean Zombie. I'm like, that's the Brian Ortega I know. The guy who's in there, a gamer, the whole fight, the whole freaking fight. So I go out there, I can style on a guy like Brian Ortega. Hopefully he's motivated and he really wants to win. I beat him. I think the next possible matchup would be a Diego Lopez or Yair Rodriguez. And I think at that point I don't think you could deny me. I mean, who else would be there for me to fight? Do you feel like there are a couple
fights then? Like, let's say you do get past Ortega, you would have one more.
One more makes sense.
Because at first it seemed like they were going to go with Yair Rodriguez, but I think because there was a lot of backlash, like the UFC kind of stepped away, and now they're trying to see who the winner of potentially Aaron Pico and Aloyev. And I feel like, and I don't know if a lot of people will probably disagree with me, but I do feel if Aaron Pico beats the brakes on this dude, he's next.
He's next. I give
the
it
UFC likes him, bro. The UFC really, really likes him. So I feel like Aaron Pico stylistically, even for a guy like Volk, could be very problematic.
Yeah.
With heavy hands.
Good power puncher, similar to Poirier type of fighter, right? So I would give it to him too. At the end of the day, for me, with this sport, and I've been saying this time and time again, I go off merit. I know it's a business, and they go off of who they think could sell the most, right? But at the end of the day, for me,
It's about merit, merit by accolades or by popularity?
No, merit by what you accomplish in this damn sport, not what you've done in this sport: judo, wrestling, jiu-jitsu. I don't give a shit about any of that. What have you done in MMA?
Be nice.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Hey, I mean, I don't know.
It's two different sports.
It's clear you don't care about what someone's done in wrestling. I mean,
but to be honest, like you look at a guy like Merab.
Right.
He's not the most decorated in any discipline other than judo. But you put him in there with the jiu-jitsu guy and he's just doing jiu-jitsu, you'll probably submit him. You'll probably take him down in wrestling. You'll probably outbox him. But the guy has so much heart, he'll just keep going. But you put him in an MMA fight and you have to mix the whole thing up. and you get a motherfucker that's just out there being a demon. You know what I mean? So it's a different sport. So if Aaron Pico could go out there and look good against Mozart, hey, I tip my hat to him. I have no jealousy or anything like that or envy. At the end of the day, I've made my nut. I've done everything I need to do in the sport. This is just icing on the cake. More money, adding to the legacy, becoming undeniable in another feat, and proving it to myself that I could do something that not a lot of people could do in this world and in a lifetime, you know? So that's what it's all about for me. I think if you have that spark and you have that desire to want to do something to be great, I think that's the one thing, the one intangible that nobody can measure other than yourself.
For sure, and like you mentioned with Merab, and I've said that in after fights before. You know, I might not be the best boxer or kickboxer or jiu-jitsu practitioner or whatnot, but when it comes to mixing it up in there inside that cage, that night, it's a different ballgame.
Yeah.
And obviously Merab is kind of a testament to that. But obviously, talk a little bit about this relationship with you and Merab, because this is something that, you know, for years people kind of felt like Merab was sitting behind you while you're the champion, and people kind of called for that fight. You know, Dana publicly offered, I guess, Merab the fight, that he was next, and you know, obviously Merab did what brothers would do and said, yeah, I don't really necessarily want to fight Aljo. I mean, talk a little bit about that. Did we get it wrong, or talk, because you were in the scene. You knew everything that was going on.
Yeah, that whole timeline is so warped and distorted because so many different opinions on what they think actually happened.
Right.
And first and foremost, the fight was never offered to either one of us. Right? That's one. And then two, when Merab had just beaten Jose Aldo, I forget who was I getting ready to fight. I think it might have been the fight with Henry and I, and because they fought in Utah, I forget what month. But then after that, that's when the conversation started, and then Joe Rogan asked him about the fighting for the title, and he said, "Please stop asking me about fighting my brother." And honestly, we would never fight each other because there's no legitimate amount of money that the UFC has paid that we know, like disclosed to our weight class, that's going to be something that's worth us tarnishing our friendship over. You know what I mean? Like, some people will go, oh, but they pay you $1 million. I'm like, you think $1 million is really worth what we got? Like, no diddy, but it's just like, that money goes so fast. And it's not like we could do something that's going to be life-changing for both of us. Now, if they came to us for like 5, 10 grand, 10 million, that's life-changing money where it's worth a conversation. Worth the conversation. Not saying it will happen, but worth the conversation. So I think a lot of people kind of get that wrong. They're like, I was blocking him, or he was afraid to fight me, or I was afraid to fight him. Like, dude, I already had a conversation with him behind the scene. I'm going up a weight class. At this point, I'm just looking to have one more defense and then be done. And then shortly after, I had the one that was rushed, but that's a whole nother conversation. I really hate talking about this because people, you're still living in the past. I'm like, brother, I've moved on and past this so long already. It's just people want to talk about it. Right. So, but that's that.
Yeah. The thing is, I love that. I love that about Merab, you know. And I was all like, what you just explained is like, yeah, because fighting is not something. It's not playing basketball. We're not just outside playing basketball. It's very difficult, especially if you want to be a master of this craft. It's very difficult not to have your heart wrapped up in it. And so you and Merab, you guys do it for free in the gym all the time. And it wasn't until when we had that conversation with Mike Tyson and that he kind of really put things in perspective. But at the same time, we're businessmen now. So there still has to be that financial component attached to it. Yes, like Mike, what did Mike say? Friends make each other rich. We do it for free in the gym. And if there's an opportunity to say, hey, let's go make each other rich, why not? But that's the thing is, fighting is not like anything else. It's not like, it's very difficult, especially if you are really invested in it. It's very difficult to just say,
let Aljamain talk.
Let's get money.
I mean, there's something in that tongue.
I mean, can you see yourself imagine yourself elbowing your dad in the face and saying, "Let's get rich together."
Wait, whoa, your dad.
But you see what I'm saying?
That's wild.
It's family. It's friends. I got people that saying that they'll fight their family for free. I'll fight my grandma for $1,000. I'm like, you sound crazy until you actually get in the sport and you understand what goes into it, the mental aspect, and then when you're training, the mindset that you're actually in when you're preparing for a fight. It's so different than just playing basketball, playing cards, and being competitive. Like, you're playing for keeps.
Right.
Like, I would imagine your relationship with Gilbert Burns is nothing like it was before. I would imagine that. In your honest opinion.
I would say it's
different.
It's taking time. It's taking time to get back. It's taking time to get back where we are now.
But is it the same?
I don't know. I don't think it's the same, but I think it took time.
Yeah.
After that, we didn't really necessarily communicate and talk about it till recently when we had the conversation. And now I feel like it's a better space for us to actually still
Kamar, you gotta
grow
get
that
some
relationship.
of this,
But
bro.
no, you're absolutely right, because this is not something for play. This is not something we just do. We actually really, when you get in there, leave your heart and soul in there.
Yeah, like these scars, they don't go away, man. This is for life. So it's like you do that type of damage to a friend just saying, let's make each other rich. It has to be a substantial amount of money that money can work for itself for the rest of our lives. Where your kids,
$3.5 million.
but I'm saying, that's not bad.
I'll be honest with you, dude. Like, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But you got kids. You guys got kids.
Right.
Yeah,
so the
that
money
shit,
has to
I'll
make
kill a mother-
it has to make sense, right? You know what I'm saying? So for you to just tarnish that for $500,000 is like, it might sound a lot to some of the guys who haven't been to the pinnacle of where we've all been, right? But when you've gotten there, you see how fast that money goes, and then you're like, now I got kids, I got this expense, I gotta look out for this, I gotta secure their future. It's gotta make sense. So for us to just go tarnish our relationship now, it's like we looking at each other sideways whenever we see each other. And it's like, I don't know how you thinking he beat me or I beat him, and then it's like you still have that animosity, like, man, I want to get that one back. It's just like, it's just different, bro. It's a different vibe.
Yeah, let's go deeper into that. Why does that tarnish the relationship if you guys talked about it?
You got millions of people watching you.
So does it tarnish the relationship on your perspective if you won?
It does a little bit, because then I feel like he can't look at me the same, and then I feel like in the back of my mind I'm always thinking like, dang, he probably thinking some shit right now, like, you know. So this is just the way I'm thinking in my head, because I get that, right? Even if I lose a basketball game, I think like that. Even a wrestling match. When I lose a wrestling match, I'm like, and I see somebody, they trying to be all buddy with me, I'm like, you cool, but I want to get that one back. Yeah. Like, at the end of the day, as a competitor, you're going to always think like that. Unless I know it's my final swan song, it's like, yo, brother, I don't care what happens. Let's just share the octagon type of thing. That's completely different. But even then, it's still like, damn, I don't want to go out like that. I'd rather just keep our bond. He's been to my country. Right. I mean, I was born here in the States, but he's been to my home country of Jamaica. My parents born and raised there, grandparents born and raised there. And then I went to his home country of Georgia, met his parents. He's met my parents, my mom, not my dad. I don't talk to my pops. But yes. Right. So it's different. We're not just training partners. We're actually neighbors here in Vegas. Right. You know, so it's
their
different.
Their bond, honestly, bro, it's admirable. I get it, bro. There's
for sure, I understand that.
Henry don't got trading partners like that.
No, I do.
I'm fucking with you.
I do, but I would still fight them.
Why?
Because let's say you never conquered. No, dude, I had a Bruno Silva, like super close to him. He's lived with me for 5-6 years, bro.
Okay.
To the point where he's like, bro, I was like, dude, don't pay rent, bro. Like, let's just train, bro. Like, you don't have to worry about shit. Food, gas, I got you. Okay. And I remember one time we were all fucking at it was late at night. We're all smoking weed in the back, just talking about life. And the conversation came up. It was like, hey, man, and this is right before I fought Demetrius Johnson. Right before I was getting ready to fight him. And then we're just sitting there. It's like, hey, man, would you ever fight me?
He asked us?
I don't even remember. But the conversation came up, and I'm just like, I'm getting ready to fight Demetrius Johnson, bro.
It's a different mindset.
And I pulled up a picture of the UFC belt, and I was high too, And I showed him, it was like, I'm like, yeah, bro, I'd fuck you up for this, dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you have the belt. You know,
Yeah.
you've already became champion. But if it came to the point where you guys had to fight for that dream, yeah, I would. And this dude knows my mom. I stay with his family, like super, super close. You know what I'm saying? Like to where, fuck, he might name his kid after me. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I wouldn't.
His kid after me.
I would have
Crazy.
named my kid after him. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's like we're tight like that. Like his mom, his dad they would just fucking randomly call, we'll FaceTime and hey, how are you doing? But I get it, bro. So kudos to you guys, man. The way I feel like the way that you guys have the way that the story has been written, it's been cool that he's like, dude, I can't do that for my brother. And then you left, he came in and fucking pretty much took over, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta applaud that, dude.
I appreciate it. And I've been telling people the storm was coming from like 2017 when or was it 2018? Whichever one. And Rogan and I did an interview in the Octagon, and they asked me about my condition, and I said, brother, if you want to get in shape like this, get yourself a Merab. And I'm telling you, there's gonna be no better investment than this. But obviously, Merab is a one-on-one. It was a cheek and tongue joke, but I was telling people, like, be wary of this guy, because this guy is the sleeping dark horse in this division that nobody's really paying attention to because his English or whatever. And as he was getting better with his English, more performances, more wins, beating John Dodson, former title challenger, and it keeps going on. I'm like, I was trying to warn you guys. This guy is literally a demon when he gets inside there. And being able to see that firsthand, and I've coached him too, you know, so it's not like we're just literally just training partners going through class, going through the motion. Like, I'm legitimately like coaching him, working on positions, doing certain stuff, whether it was for my fight, for his fight. So there's a lot that goes into it to unpack that people think it's just, well, it's just your training partner. I'm like, nah,
but you
dude,
know what?
can
Can I stop you right there? Just because, you know, because we're on this subject. Because we did have Gilbert Burns on. And with me, it was me and Kamaru. And then Gilbert Burns giving his whole story. He's like, fuck, dude. I didn't want to call. Like he literally, Kamaru literally helped Gilbert Burns for his fight against Tyrone Woodley. And he's over here cheering that he fucking won. And then all of a sudden,
in the corner,
and then Gilbert, you know, Kamaru was a champ at that time, and then fucking Gilbert didn't want to do it, but he just said, "Fuck, dude, this dude helped me out for my calves." Like, you know what, I got to do it. He ends up calling out Kamaru, the same dude that helped him.
While you in the corner?
No, he wasn't in the
I was
corner.
about to say, I don't remember it being like that, because that's crazy.
No, but I don't judge him for that, because it all goes back to, dude, I want them shoes.
Of
I want it.
course.
You know what I'm saying? I want that. And I don't know how that made you fucking feel. Honestly,
No, we talked about it. We talked about it.
Did you guys have a conversation about it beforehand, though? And I think that's the deciding factor right there.
Yeah. I think no, you're absolutely right, and I think that's not something we actually sat down and had a conversation about. It was just kind of, you know, it's that energy in the air. Like, damn, he mess around and go out there, beat dude. He might be he number one, number two.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay, I might have to fight my bro like that. So we never actually had that conversation, but. You know, of course, that when you assume things, that's when you kind of make what they say of yourself, and we assume that, oh, it wouldn't be like that. But now looking back at everything, I don't blame him for that. He has a family, you know, that he was trying to provide for at the maximum level, and so it was what it was.
You know where it hurts? I think because not having a conversation, you almost let your guard down, and then you feel so much love and happiness for your brother having success, making money, making his name, creating his own legacy, and then it's like someone just literally tapped you on the shoulder, you turn around, they smack you right in the face. And it's just like, oh, word, that's how you feel? I mean, that's kind of, it comes out of nowhere. It comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, of course. I got that. Damn, really? Did
you feel like you got sucker punched, Kamaru?
No, I now, obviously, like I say all the time, when you in the shit, you in the shit. You're emotional. Things, when you in it like that. You know, now, being older, being wiser, and you know, doing a lot of reflecting. When you look at it, there was no way I'm not upset with him in any way, shape, form, or fashion. You know, it's actually funny.
At the time,
yeah, of course, I felt some type of way about it. If you look at me during that whole camp, you look at me during the face-off, you look at me everywhere, I was locked in. I had to go to that other place, and even after the fight, my coach had to bring me back. Like, yo, okay, I was like, oh, damn, I snapped out of it. But yeah, funny. I actually had a conversation with Justin Gaethje last this camp, and I asked him. I said, Justin, would you fight me? We do it for free in here, anyways. Would you fight me? and Justin said, no, I couldn't do it. And the funny thing is, because I'm going off of Mike Tyson, what he said to us, where he says, real friends make each other rich. And a piece of me wants to believe that, but at the same time, when we're so invested in this sport, we understand that it's more personal than that. So, yeah, I'm like, I have mixed feelings about it.
Mike Tyson's a different kind of rich.
Yeah, no,
The
but
money that they're making.
but
Speaking of that, you two, though, got in there.
Can we do this for
You
Funk
two got
Harbor,
in there.
dude? You better show that logo, dude.
You two got in there, and you guys made it happen. I mean, let's dissect that fight a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about that because we're all wrestlers, right?
Yeah.
And we know in the sport of wrestling there is a hierarchy. Let's be honest. You know, someone comes in, they're Olympic champ. You know there's a hierarchy there. You're like, oh, look at chat.
But you,
This is like 1, 2, and 3. I'm trumped right now.
but you went into that. You went into that fight, and you out wrestled the champ.
Yeah, because it's just different. It's a fight. It's not a wrestling match, and that's why a lot of people were counting me out because of my accolades stacked against Henry's, and
Right.
I'm like, yeah, it's very impressive, but we got to keep a couple of factors in mind, and this is what I had to tell myself as well, so I didn't get lost in the shuffle of, oh man, you're fighting Henry Cejudo. I was like, yeah, you fighting Henry, dog. You fighting Henry.
Fighting a 5'4" giant.
Yeah, no, but for real, it was like that. But I had to remind myself, it was like, yeah, he's an Olympic medalist, but I was like, yeah, but he won that medal in like 1999. So I was like, keep that shit, keep it in perspective, man. Yeah, that was a long ass time ago. I was like, what's his best move? Inside trip. I was like, what he gonna do after he did that? I was like, nothing. I was like, all right, good. So you're good. Just keep that perspective. And so it was a couple of little things that I had to keep in mind, and obviously remembering that it's a fight. As long as I have respect for his abilities, but also remember why I'm in this position to begin with. You know, I didn't get there by accident. I mean, you could say the whole illegal knee or whatever, but my resume before the illegal knee happened, I think was probably one of the best runs before someone got to a title shot opportunity other than anyone named Merab in bantamweight history, you know? So I think that helped me a lot going into the fight. And I thought it was, even coming off the couch, I thought that was still a relatively competitive fight. And I thought, and it's kind of shitty because a lot of people shit on it and they go, that's not a good win because Henry, they say either, this is what people are saying, they said it was either he was washed or he was retired and rusty or whatever. And I'm just like, did you watch the fucking fight? I was like, was I rusty? Because I've been active and it was a very damn competitive fight. So I'm like, so what are you even saying? I have no idea what does that even mean? But that's just the casual fan base that just likes to talk, right? That have no idea what they're looking at. But yeah, I thought overall good fight. I don't even know what the question was, but yeah, it was.
No. It was good, man. Because I mean, of course, man. Aljo did go through a lot of people, man, to get there. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like
top five.
Like he wasn't like
three top five people.
He didn't get that pass like Sean O'Malley, you know, where Sean fucking just his fucking hair, you know. I don't want to put race into it, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's true.
Yeah.
Like this dude went through just like you, Kamaru. This is why a lot of people respect you, even Dana. In the beginning, like, oh, that 30%, I remember that shit. Clearly, the same thing with Aljo. But you guys were able to go down the fucking line and then eventually kind of earn it. Like, even for me, I was kind of, because of my merit, I was able to kind of skip a lot and get there. So I can even admit to that. But no, I think preparing for a guy like Aljo, like I knew he was, you know, it was gonna be a war because
you didn't think I was that good.
He did.
Keep it a buck.
You didn't think I was that good.
If it wasn't 3 years, honestly, Aljo, I like even like that fight, I forgot what 5 rounds felt like, and this is the only reason why I was able to really kick off on that 5th, because I knew it was gonna be.
You shocked
5.
me in that 5th round. I ain't gonna.
But that's what I'm
you
saying,
shocked
because
me in that
I
5th
didn't.
round.
It's almost like when you go when you're not fighting for 3 years, bro. Like my a regret that you could have is, what did you do with your time?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that we're very, very similar. Like, we're very carefree. I like to drink. I like to smoke. I like to, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
one of these Dagestanis, bro, that just
show.
eats, sleeps, and shit's fighting you. Like, that's not me.
Me either.
You know what I'm saying? It's
It worked out for both of us.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
I mean,
no, it didn't. And then, but in preparation to that fight, I felt, you know, I felt good going in there. But I will say, I forgot what it was like to learn the pace to actually finish the fight.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for
And
sure.
I think that was like my biggest thing with that fight. But no, kudos, dude. I knew it was close. So even when it came down to split decision, because I've been so accustomed to like winning, I didn't feel like a winner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah, you got more of the punches. You stole some of the rounds, particularly that first round at the very fucking end. This is the shit that I do. And you caught me with my own fucking medicine.
No, we have a
And,
very
you know, little
similar
things
style,
like that,
bro.
dude. So
Very
I, you
similar,
know,
like
kudos, bro. Respect, dude. You
Yeah.
know, and I gotta, you know, and even after the fight, bro, what did I? And I know I talk a lot of shit, and I know I do a lot of things, but also I've accomplished a lot. And even after the fight, I'm just like, hey, man, you remember I was on the back.
Yeah, in
We
the
were
back
with
room,
Jamal.
yeah.
I was like,
Was
hey,
that the
dude,
magic trick fight?
which one?
Was that the magic trick fight?
Marlon Moraes.
Snake
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, it was
Oh, that's
No, but
Marlon?
it's
TJ.
you know I gotta you had to perform. But even at the end, I just hey man, congratulations, bro. Like there was no, I wasn't like I was upset and you know sad that I lost, but you gotta give respect where it's due, and
Yeah.
and you saw that. You saw the real
Yeah.
Triple C at the fucking end, even though I did want to fuck you up.
No, I respected that like 100%, 110%. But I did want to kill your fucking team that fight week, brother. Bro, your team, I understand the rah-rah and the shenanigans, but then I'm sitting here cutting weight, and then they were like in my face. I was like, brother, I can stab you in the eyeball right now. Like, this is how crazy I was feeling cutting. Dude, I cut a lot of weight to make 135.
Captain is, bro.
In a sweatsuit.
He's
Man,
instigating that shit.
But it wasn't even him. It wasn't even Captain. It was these two other dudes. I'm like, you guys even fucking fight? And they're like, whatever they said. Yeah,
so
we
you
fight.
guys-
He was like,
would you
one of
guys
them,
cut weight
one of the
together?
Brazilians was like, yeah, I'm a fighter. I was like, so why are you being a fucking asshole right now? Why are you being an asshole? Like, have some respect and have some class. Like, I'm fighting Henry. I'm not fighting you. I was like, so if I get into some shit with you and the fight gets pulled because of you, then what happens? You know what I mean? Because I'm from that type of place. Like,
They'd probably strip you, dude.
they probably would have. Dana, you would have stripped me, Dana? Dana, you wouldn't have stripped me.
Dude, they
dog.
wanted me to beat you so bad. Dude.
Like, get rid of him, Henry. Get rid of him.
They were like, "He gonna pay me how much? I'm getting a raise now. All right, I'm coming back."
They hit me.
The truth
That's
comes
like
out.
I said, all right.
Hey, we found out last week that there was a hit on me too.
Shit, there was
Jeez.
and that same hit was on Aljo too.
Wow.
What we say? If you don't send anybody you don't want back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. But no, it's all in good fun, and I think there's something so big and so great about that psychological aspect of fighters who are able to just talk as much of crap as they want before the fight and curse your neighborhood where you grew up. Yo, your car is trash, all this. Y'all go back and forth, say all whatever you want. And then after you duke it out, you have nothing but respect at the end. I think there's just something about that because for us as men, that our finality is fighting it. You know,
Yeah.
that's how we want to solve everything. And then once you get in there and actually fight it out, it's like, oh, okay.
We're
I
cool
respect
now.
this dude. Yeah, we cool now. So are we cool now? Are you guys cool now?
Yeah, I like Henry. I liked Henry before.
I think so.
But then when he was chirping on the sidelines, this is before you like officially were back, and he was chirping on the sidelines. I'm like, this guy's just over here talking shit from the couches right now. Like, and it was pissing me off. 'Cause I'm like, I can't tell if he's serious or not. And then when they offered me the fight, I was like, until you send me a contract, then I don't know it's for real. But until then, I'm just taking this as a joke because he just sits there and trolls everybody.
Right.
I'm like, it was like almost Dylan
working?
Dennis level, like trolling. And I was just like, what the fuck is happening? But then the fight happened. I think we saw each other at the PI, and I was like, are you actually going to fight? I think I asked you one of the times, but you might have been there with your wife or
yeah,
something.
what did I say?
I forgot what we were saying. You said something like Tik Tok.
said-
It was a while ago, bro. You said your time is up. TikTok.
trolling.
I was like, yo, I can't take this guy serious. Like, is this for real or no? Like, you know?
Yeah.
But it's all fun and games. I like the trash talk, man, because it gives me something more motivating to like push me in the training rooms. If it's just a fight and no one gives a shit, it's kind of like I'm just kind of going through the motions. But when someone's like talking, it's just like, nah, I got to defend my hood. Because if I was in a cafeteria,
it's
you
different.
can't say that in the cafeteria without me doing something. Because then it's like,
no. But
you gonna
honestly,
say that?
bro, like my accolades, it speaks for it. You know what I'm saying? Like you
No, of
can't.
course.
You're at the fucking throne. You could. John Jones, like he shouldn't. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. Like who gives a fuck? Tom Aspinall, dude, that dude he's great. He's good.
It's very good.
But he's not John Jones. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So it's
what
like,
the fans
so
don't
yeah. So
understand.
to me, at that level, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like where I can just say whatever the fuck I want, and I know it, and we know it.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So it's like, and I knew I was gonna get the next title shot. I knew that I wasn't gonna fight somebody to get that next title shot.
Yeah.
So somebody that's smart, that knows the game, like you just know that. And for me, it's like I'm all in. Like I play into whatever the fuck. He's a virgin. Like, dude, I'll roll with it because it's just part of the game, dude. And I feel like there's a lot of fighters that don't get it. I've been able to skip lines. I've been able to do a lot of things because it's just a mouthpiece.
Yeah. No, it's good. And I completely agree with that. But like I said, it's like if you in the cafeteria and someone says some shit like he was talking, it's like your boy is gonna be behind you. Like, you can't let him say that. You just can't
He's
let
on
him.
sight.
Like, yeah, like, you can't. I'm like, nah.
It'd be like that. It'd be like that.
Yeah. So you kind of get that mentality, like, nah, I can't let him embarrass me in front of everybody like this. Like, nah. Like when you pulled up on O'Malley at the post fight interview, and he was just like, are you serious?
Yeah, but you see him fucking choke up, dude. He stuttered, bro. Are you coming? What's your weight?
I was crying because I'm like, yo, do people not find this hilarious right now? What's happening in real time? Like, you got O'Malley just want to fight. He's doing an interview. You got Henry over here chirping at him, rubbing his fucking chin hairs, and then you got O'Malley just looking at him like, are you fucking serious, dude? Like, yo, O'Malley, go defend yourself. At least pretend. I don't know.
Hey,
I'm just. It's all fun and games, man.
We've seen, like, that's the thing. We've seen kind of situations like that before backstage. We all saw what happened in London.
3-piece.
Yeah, we saw what happened in London.
Sodas.
Doing my interview, don't
Biscuits.
interrupt. I mean, Henry, what would you done if he
That happened to
ran
you?
down on you? No, not me.
Oh,
Who's that?
oh, you're talking.
Masvidal.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
no, Masvidal. Dude, I like Masvidal, but if he got fucking super close to you, gotta go. Like,
You gotta find him.
Yeah,
You gotta find
Masvidal's
him after
different,
that.
bro.
But that's
Like,
what I'm saying.
What he
though.
says.
What if he'd ran down on you like that? Because Henry, you know, you like
no,
to push
it's all
people.
good, bro. And then it just becomes a fucking promo. Like, that's all it is. I mean, someone's gonna break it up. Oh shit!
Nah, but
Let me go.
he cut him though, bro. He cut him. I would have been sick to this day.
Yeah,
To this day.
I'm sure he's still sick to this
Oh,
day.
100%.
about it.
Yeah,
he want that back bad.
You're talking about Leon, but then again, Leon, like, if that was in my position, regardless of what happened, I would have gave Masvidal that opportunity to
Oh, 100%.
fight him because
I gotta get
came
that
up,
back.
you
I
got-
gotta get that back. And
you
I
got
like
clock.
Leon, just from a Jamaican, British whole thing. My grandma lives in London, so we got that connection still.
Oh, we know.
Yeah, so for me, it's just
but-
like-
yeah, but Aljo, but what could I
No,
tell you?
I'm just saying, like, if I was Leon, I would have wanted to get that back.
Yeah, but it's just like you also got to stand on business. If Bilal still had the belt, if I took a place in this place right here, this dude would have been fucking fighting him. But now he doesn't have that. He doesn't carry that weight. He don't give a fuck. Ask him.
No, of course. But so hear me out. I'm saying when
Maybe I'm
Leon,
speaking for him, but no, I'm not speaking for him. Actually, I am speaking for him.
I'm saying when Leon was champ, for him to fight Masvidal, it's not like, he wasn't on a crazy win streak or anything at the time. But if it's a fight that's, the UFC's in the business of marketing, right? So then it's like,
but listen, like, at the end of the day, we could say whatever we want, but we all know who makes the final decision.
Exactly.
We could say what we want, what we
Yeah.
would like to happen, but it doesn't matter. Once they come down and put these papers in front of you, this is what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do.
Gotta punch in.
I mean, we see the Funk Harbor, Driftwood. What is that? Jamaica rum. We see that. Talk a little bit about what else are we doing?
So with the main thing with this rum, We source the Jamaican rum from select Jamaican distilleries. There's about 6 major ones right now in Jamaica that are still active. I think there was one more that kind of got shut down. I forget how long ago. So the company that we used to blend this together so that it was still Jamaican rum, they're like one of the largest rum sources in the world, if not the largest. I've been over there. They're in the Netherlands. But they source and they produce for multiple different companies like around the world. So with that said, we want to make sure everything was additive-free, no preservatives, no food coloring. So it's just straight up Jamaican rum, both blended. This one's a 2 to 5 year blend from, it's a limited edition. Only 5,900 bottles of this were made. It's labeled #1 because this is the first edition, and this is the mainstay. So this is a premium rum, but we're selling it at a really nice price point for just the everyday consumer. Yeah, we worked on it a little bit, sampling.
Where is that? That's available in stores or?
Yeah, we're in Lee's here. We're actually at Fontainebleau Pool here. Okay. So if you guys go to the pool, you guys want to pull up, we want a little harbor on the rocks.
That's what's up.
You should do this one with an espresso martini though. I shit you not, old fashioned espresso martinis, you're gonna be like, I can't drink anything else. But with that said, we're in a bunch of different places, and of course, the majority of the sales are online, funkharborspirits.com. And then we're currently working on a cigar line, and it's kind of annoying because Connor has a cigar too, and I'm really annoyed because people are thinking I'm mimicking Connor. I'm like, dude, I like to drink. I've been drinking since the beginning of my career. And, you feel me? But you feel me? So I get people like, oh, you're trying to be a con. I'm like, no, I actually enjoy alcohol, and I've actually been in the process of. I
really like alcohol.
Good ones though. Good ones. Yeah. We went through 9 different tasting profiles for this. So I was in the hand-to-hand process, like the day-to-days of creating this. I think we went through 18 or 24 different tasting profiles for the age to get the right one that we wanted.
Now that I look at it, it kind of looks like the proper 12 bottle, doesn't it?
Nah. Don't do me like that.
The same bottle, yeah. But you know what? People are always going to say that because, like, let's be honest. Let's give respect where respect is due. Connor is the most famous name in the mixed martial arts world. So whatever, if he's doing something and you happen to be doing the same thing, of course they're going to say that because it's Connor. He's a big name, big personality. Give respect where it's due. Yeah,
I love Connor.
But
I think he's great for the sport.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you can't.
Is he great for society?
So
that's a whole different conversation. We could talk about but we are working on a cigar line right now. Your Best Cigar. My guy Osbourne, he has his cigar line, the Jamaican Sensation.
Get him over here, man. Is he mic'd up?
And then we have
slide in here, O'Day.
We have my Fighter line coming through the Funk Master cigar blend, and we're trying to do one that's gonna be Jamaican infused rum with my lines for the cigars. So we're doing a bunch of different creative, different things. And for me, it's just staying busy. I'm 35, man. I'm 36 next month. So I want to have some different things that I'm into and just staying busy, coaching guys. I'm just thinking about the next chapter. I've been thinking about I thought I was going to retire at 32. Right. And then now I'm here, still working, still kicking. Hopefully the next fight keeps going and keep going from there, keep building. I don't want to be that guy who loses 7 fights in a row. I don't want to be that guy. I ain't trying to do that.
What are you trying to say? Why you?
No, I'm just saying. Like,
why you looking?
No, I'm saying because you guys can relate. Because you get to this top point, right? No.
What you mean?
Look. So hear me out. I'm saying you get to the top point, and then everyone recognizes you as this, and they see you as this. Oh man, that's Usman. Oh man, that's Triple C. Oh, that's Aljo. Oh man, this guy's a great. And then you take a couple L's in a row. I'm like. Yeah, I'm not trying to have my legacy tarnished. But when it's time to go, it's time to go.
That used to be Kamaru.
Wow.
Wait, you in the same boat, Henry?
Yeah, wow. I hear you, bro. But you know what? At the end of the day, you wait till you have kids, bro. And I know he's about to get married in October.
Henry's coming to the wedding. Usman, you trying to pull up?
Dude, I'll pull up, dude.
See,
I might. Where's it at?
Yeah, Vegas.
Vegas, October. I might be out here, you know.
So what's up, man? Talk to us about this Jamaican connection over here, dude. Introduce us.
The Jamaican sensation, Ode Osbourne, fresh off a knockout in the second round. Big man thing, you see me?
Right near the water.
Wagwan. Yeah, man. Aljo actually helped me prepare for that fight. You know, it was this guy was undefeated, never lost. The UFC was high on him. I had a target on my back. You know, 3-fight skid. I'm like, man, they really trying to get rid of me out here.
It wasn't a target on your back. It was your back was against the wall.
Yeah.
So everything Aljo was talking about, that was you.
I was like,
Yeah. Harry funny as hell. Yeah.
I got my lick back though, so we good. We can breathe.
So talk about this cigar that you guys have.
So it was Your Best Cigars, but there's a company out called Your Best Products. So we had to change the name to now Triumph Cigars.
See, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So it's Triumph.
Clearly, you
let me
handle
get
the
this
business
straight. So
aspect.
He brought me in. He brought me in.
Yeah. So
Okay. So he knows his shit.
Yo, top me off.
But yeah, man, two of the people I hang out with the most was Aljo and Jamal Hill. So, I'm
The brothers.
I like Jamal.
Yeah,
bro.
man. So I got to put my people
those
on.
two
The
tats,
first,
bro.
Yeah, man.
I love that shit. I love
Honestly, I
Jamal,
hate it.
dude.
I hate that tat.
Nah, I like originality, bro. I like fucking Jamal Hill, dude. He's different, bro.
Just like this.
Well, I mean, obviously, Aljo, you got your hands dipped in a lot of different things, which is great. I mean, that's what eventually we have to do as athletes, because this is a vehicle to get to something else, to prepare you for something else outside of just fighting. But before we go, man, we want to hit you with some rapid fire questions. So I'm sure the fans and a lot of people out there kind of really want to know, because you've had such a great career and still riding that career. So we're gonna throw some things at you, and just go ahead and hit us with the quick answers that come to mind. So far, what has been your favorite fight
Ever? Or
Yes.
or that I've been in?
that you've been in? Your favorite fight?
Pedro Munoz. That's been my favorite fight for multiple reasons. Well, the main reason was because a lot of people were doubting me, and I had just had torn my ligament in my wrist, so I couldn't really finish takedowns. I can't even straighten my wrist all the way because it's fucked up still after the surgery. But it was an all striking fight, and we set the record for a 3-round fight for the bantamweight division, for just strikes thrown by the two of us. So it was a really fun fight, and a lot of people were counting me out, just thinking I was just purely a wrestler. I'm like, nah, wrestling is just the easier way of winning. But if you force me to strike, I got some hands, man. People be thinking like I can't throw no hands. I'm like, I got some hands. But again, the path of least resistance is always gonna be the wrestling. That's my ace in my back pocket.
Right. Now, what was your worst fight that you could say, man, I want to take that one back? Something like that.
So I'm stuck between 3 fights: Marlon Moraes, Sean O'Malley, and Brian Caraway. And for different reasons. Caraway, I did 3 workouts the day of the fight, before the fight, thinking that I need to do all this extra stuff to prepare. This was just solely inexperience, and I got tired after the first round, after doing pretty much a 10-8 round that was scored a 10-9. Put my man in a full Nelson, had him swimming, gobble gobble. And then Marlon Moraes, I thought I was the hottest thing on God's earth. I just beat Renan Barão. I'm thinking like, ain't nobody can mess with me right now. Nobody's touching me. I'm in the back. I'm not nervous. I walk out to the fight, the cage, no nerves whatsoever. This is the calmest I've ever been for any fight. I'm thinking like, I was Marlon Moraes. I'm about to just run through this motherfucker real quick. Did not run through him. I woke up in the hospital, and
Fuck like that.
yeah, because I didn't.
Can I
That was a
stop
pretty
you there?
bad one.
From what I heard from people thought you fucking died, bro. And that, like, no, straight up, like,
Damn.
were you-
I
was
thought
it-
I
was it
died when I
true?
watched
Were
the
you-
tape. Wow.
No, were you out for like 5 minutes, bro?
That's what I was. I
You
was
out for a
told
while.
I was out for a while.
Yeah, you out
With
for a
like
while.
5
You were there?
minutes?
Yeah, I
It was in Fresno.
You were there, dude?
I wasn't there, but I watched that.
Brian Ortega was on that
they
card,
went
too.
Yeah, Brian Ortega fought.
And we cut weight together.
Cub Swanson, I believe. Yeah.
You think he jinxed me?
No,
I'm joking.
it was. I mean, obviously, we care about the safety of our fighters. I mean, it was a
course.
scary moment at that point because he was.
Yeah. When I watch it back, it was a very, very, very scary moment. I'm like, I can see why everyone was kind of like, yo, you good? You sure you good? I'm like, yeah, that looked like a corpse in the octagon. I saw pictures and videos of myself being carried out on the stretcher. I have no recollection of any of that. From when I saw the knee and I was just like, this is the moment where I fucked up. And I went out, I just saw black. And then I woke up and I came to my senses in the hospital. My brother told me, he was in my corner. He was like, I was talking to you the whole time.
Deep.
he said I kept asking him the same question over and over and over. He was getting pissed because I kept asking him the same question. And then I got to the point where I was like, at this point, I don't remember anything else I asked him, but I was like, no, I'm really here. This is me. I'm telling you, this is really me this time. I don't remember any of that. I'm telling you, this is me right now. And then he told me, he's like, nah, you got knocked out, bro. I was like, yeah, I kind of figured that because I'm in the hospital right now. And then that was a rough one. But thank God I didn't have like any like post-fight symptoms. So I was very fortunate of that, and I respect him all in Moraes because he could have teed me up after he dropped me. He could have followed up with some big punches. I pray, not pray, but I'm very grateful that he did not follow up and do external damage because that could have really impacted like my career going forward in terms of taking shots and durability. And then the one with O'Malley, this was a weird one because I just wasn't in the correct headspace, and training with Merab, knowing what we can both do, and then seeing how Merab did him filthy, and then I'm just like, brother. Him and I talking, we're just like, bro, you should have killed him. I'm like, brother, I know. It's just mentally, I just wasn't in the right headspace. And
Can I add my 2 cents to that?
yeah,
I felt like even in that fight, because you had it was a big win, like especially me coming back and you got that over me, and I just felt like you're like fucked. I don't know if you're there's something that was just different with you.
With what?
With
fight?
O'Malley. No, with O'Malley.
bro.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you reach the high. Something when you reach that fucking high,
Yeah.
you could fucking drop, but you still think you're in that fucking high. But you know what I'm saying? I think he caught you square.
It was the right
he
moment.
Chased, and yeah, I 100% agree with you. That's why I was saying, like, my prediction throughout that whole fight with you and O'Malley was like, Aljo's gonna just fucking fuck him up for 5 rounds and do his thing. Maybe he won't finish him, but he's gonna 50-45 this motherfucker.
Bro, if I was on point the way I was with any other fight, that guy was getting squished. And then that's respectfully saying that. I know I'm gonna get heat for saying that. They're like, well, he knocked you out in 2. I understand that,
But at the same time, Mark Goddard, and since then I used to have the biggest respect for Mark, and obviously I do respect him, but I used to have him at the level like the best referee,
the pinnacle.
I'm like,
gold
bro,
standard.
and I never again did I edify him like I used to, because I'm just like, bro, like these referees and these people, like they fall into this whole media attraction, like let me win this moment too.
Yes.
Like, dude, you're still in the fight. You're still moving. Like, you start seeing a dude fucking shake his legs, starts going limp. Like, stop it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I did everything
that's
he
what you
told
want.
me to do.
No,
He said, you need to move. Fighter, you need to move. I'm like, well, I got this tall, lanky motherfucker who's punching me in the face, and I can't really do much, so let me just try to do what he said.
But you were still in
And
it.
still
You were
in the
still
fight.
moving.
Yeah.
And then he just fucking comes in and waits. Dude, you're still in the... It's part of the game, bro. That kind of does...
It bothers me.
It bothers me.
That bothers me. I'm not gonna lie. And I talked to him because he said he heard my podcast with me discussing it, and then he said, "I'm glad you were respectful about it. I would like to discuss it with you. Like we get coffee, and I appreciate that.
No, discuss it. Put him on blast. Just like everybody. Dude, I did the same shit with
Jason Herzog.
Yeah,
but then I told him, I was like, "Yo, brother,
they gotta fucking learn too, man. That's fucked up."
He wanted to go over the sequence with me, and I was like, brother, there's nothing that you're gonna see that I haven't watched 1,000 times to tell me and make me feel like you made the right decision stopping the fight at the point you stopped it. If you had stopped it after he punched me one time, I'd be like, okay, that was stupid, but I can understand. Okay, you saw me, but you told me to move, and then as I move and I get to all fours, you stop the fight. I'm like, it's a championship fight. It's a big moment. But again, going back to Usman's original question, the main thing was just not being in the right headspace, and this is why for the young fighters out there, if you're not in the right headspace, it is a dangerous place to be in the octagon, to want to take a fight, whether you're proving it to yourself that you could do something, rolling the dice and taking a chance. I understand taking chances, but you have to take calculated risk. And for me, that was a very uncalculated risk because I tried to do the right things to make everybody else happy. And even my manager, I almost felt like he was on the other side. And I even said it to him. I was like, yo, brother, I know this is spicy talk. And I know people are going to clip the fuck out of this. But I even said to him, people saw it on the UFC. The UFC posted this, where I was in the meeting with Hunter. And I'm like, no, I literally just sparred to just try to get myself in that mode to like, okay, we're going to do this fight. We're going to do this fight. But there's one thing, you're telling yourself that. And then when you get there, after we fought, Bro, I was thinking, I'm going on the world tour. I just beat the greatest combat athlete of all time. In my head, I'm thinking, let me at least enjoy my...
Fuck you, Aljo.
But would you not have done the same thing? You would want to...
But that's exactly what I was telling you. It's like, I knew you went through that fucking high.
It's a different person. So people compare my fight with O'Malley and they think, oh, that... I'm like, guys, you've seen me fight multiple times. And if you think that was the best version of me against O'Malley, then you're fucking stupid and you don't know shit about this sport. And you're entitled to your opinion. But me seeing Merab get the validation of doing him the way that he's done 2 times now makes me feel better because it's a moral victory inside my own heart because I know I'm vindicated because I know how I train and how the training sessions go between Merab and I in terms of the competitiveness. So it makes me feel better. Right. So I'm just like, I know that fight shouldn't have gone like that and I know I'm not crazy. So when people start to tell you like, he sparked you, I'm like, bro, 1, he didn't spark me. 2, the fight got stopped early. 3, that was not the best version of myself, but it makes me feel better knowing that he did what he did. We trained the way that we trained, and I know what I'm capable of, and I'm comfortable in my own skin to go. Like, the better man won that night. Right. But if it was another night, them giving me the proper time I needed, then it would have been a different fight. And
hold on real quick. Kamaru, answer this question for me. How is O'Malley after getting submitted? Was it round 2?
Yeah.
How the fuck?
3.
Whatever. How is it that he's still the number 1 contender?
Well, he's
How?
He was a former champ. It's not, but that doesn't mean. Okay, listen.
Usman should at least take his place.
You gotta.
Usman should at least take his place.
That's not,
Usman.
I don't. But
Usman,
this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. It's like
Umar should at least take his place.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily.
No, dude. He should.
Until someone below him beats him, they're taking.
But brother, Usman, you know.
At the end of the day, I get it.
You're talking about Umar.
No, I say Usman, you know.
But like we have to just kind of call it what it is. Like Sean did the best that he could with what he was presented to get there. Because even obviously to even do that to someone like you, the stage was set for him.
Yeah.
And for him to actually go out there, and it's that day. All you have to do is be better that day.
That day.
And he showed that day.
And that's what pisses me off.
So, of course.
And that's what pisses me off.
But that's what we do. We live and we learn and we grow from each and every one of these. But
it's a ruthless sport, brother.
Man, it is.
Just have some more. Dude, have some fucking more funk
Sean
harbor, dude. You know
Sean
what?
moves the needle, though.
But can I? No, I was. Wait. Okay. You want to talk about moving the needle? One of the deciding factors in me finally bending the knee and saying yes to this fight to my manager was that they thought O'Malley was going to sell 1 million pay-per-views.
Dude,
come on, man.
Say it on record.
Come on.
What did
now,
you guys
I don't know about afterwards
no.
because he beat me. Okay, so then maybe his buying power goes up. But, brother, if I had known, if I had a crystal ball to tell me, you're only going to sell this amount, I'd be like, yeah, go fuck yourself. I'm going to go sell some Jamaican rum and then blah, blah, blah. And I'm going on vacation. But...
My brother. No, I gotta
let him finish. Come on, let him finish.
I'm on right now. But I do want people to understand that I have no ill will towards O'Malley. My main thing with O'Malley is that he paraded around as if he beat the best version of me. And that's my only gripe with him. Only gripe.
Okay, but Aljo, the thing is, like you and I both just
No, tell me straight.
You and
tell
I
me
both
straight,
just
brother.
agreed
Tell me straight.
right there, right? You get one moment.
Yes.
One time.
Yes.
At that moment, it worked.
It worked.
For him. So you can't, because even if he knows, like even if there's a training partner in your gym that you beat up all the time, then you get into that one moment, boom, he wins.
It's the gloating that doesn't sit right.
It's
the gloating that doesn't sit right.
As a competitor,
Kamaru
100%
is
I understand
subscribed.
that. 100%, I get that.
O'Malley's fucking
You are
fan,
absolutely right. I get that.
Yeah, but if he wasn't gloating about it, bro, I don't give a shit. But then to gloat about, I beat the greatest bantamweight of all time at the time, and I'm just like, yeah, brother, come on, don't do that, because then you pissing me off. You pissing me off, bro.
Then fuck him up, dude. It's on site. Tell him, dude.
My brother.
If O'Malley wants to come up to 145, I would gladly entertain it. Other than that, the chapter is closed. I have no gripe against it. I'm happy for him. I'm glad he's got a family. I'm glad he's got his kids. Everyone is healthy. I love that for him.
You like his lifestyle?
I don't mind it. He should continue to Jada P. He should continue to Jada Peen, but that's a whole other conversation. But I have nothing. But it's nice to see fighters eventually get to the point where they get to the pinnacle and they realize greatness. So I'm happy for Sean in that right. It's just when you start to throw it in my face, he put my fucking picture on his podcast wall, and then he's like talking shit about it. I'm like, bro, see, this is the type of shit that gets you slapped in person. You know what I mean? But
hey, that probably would have sold 1 million pay-per-view buys.
But see, I should have slapped him before the fight. I should have slapped him before the fight.
Instead of 150.
But I don't want people to think I'm like, oh, he's fucking so he's gonna attack. I'm not. This is not the way I am. I'm just talking as a guy growing up the way that I did. It's like
sipping on that harbor.
Nah, you know, it's because
sipping on that harbor. Hey.
Sipping on that harbor.
That right eye is getting droopy right now.
Respect to O'Malley, because it is, even though he had an easier path to the title, it's still very difficult to win a UFC title. Only few of us become a UFC champ, and only a few of us can actually defend the title. So respect to him for that, and only a few of us could actually win 2 division belts, right? So kudos to that. And again, I have no ill will. I don't want people thinking I'm like, I'm not salty about it. But if you want to come up to 145, hey, you want to come up to 145?
Well,
I'm right here.
On that note, I mean, my man, we see everything you're doing, everything you've accomplished so far is great, and we can't wait to see what the rest of this chapter, what it looks like for you. But of course, with the rum, Funk Harbor, the cigar, was it
Triumph? Yeah.
Triumph cigars and everything that you're doing. My man, obviously we love it. I love to see fighters branch out and actually doing big things. So,
100%.
As always, from the talented Mr. Funk Master Aljamain.
He forgot my name.
Aljamain Sterling.
I ain't Bilal, but you better remember the name.
I am the Nigerian Nightmare tomorrow. Usman.
Henry Cejudo, a.k.a. Triple C.
You're out.